Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Well, maybe it's afternoon now, but we wanted to share something with you. My husband and I are putting together some stuff for parole and for a very dear friend of ours that a lot of you have heard me talk about right here in this group. And so now, normally we don't share, somebody who's incarcerated's name, but he doesn't care. He's told me many times, I don't care. So we do that for the safety of the incarcerated. But so we are going to share his name here because you'll see it with what I'm about to show you. You will definitely see it. So anyway, so John King, which is a very dear friend of my husband and I, it's been several years ago now, I'd say about 5 years ago at least, a friend of mine messaged me and asked if we could write to him. Although we knew John King before he went to prison. We knew him. We knew him in which he was doing drugs and and stuff, but a friend of mine wrote and said, I can't write to him because it was his ex-girlfriend and she just didn't want to go down that, I know some of y'all that will see this later will understand that, but she still wanted for him to have somebody to write because he had already been there 3.5 years. He was put in segregation because he does have an escape charge, which is crazy the way that happened. He didn't escape from prison. He walked away from Hunt County, or was it Hunt County? Yeah, Hopkins County jail when he was awaiting. He had been sentenced to 40 years for methamphetamine. He was like, what do I have to lose? 40 years. Nobody contacted him. And no excuse, but he walked away from the jail. Okay. He hid out, I think, for a day and a half. Anyway, so they have a escape charge on him. But he's coming up for parole. He sat in segregation for 6.5 years. And before we wrote letters. And we were like, why is this man still in segregation? I understand he has an escape charge. But so anyway, we really pressed it. And they put him into general population. Being a voice works. I'm telling y'all. We saw that. So he sent us his certificates that he did while he was in segregation for 6.5 years, okay? Now, they've lost about half of them because when his mother passed away, he also was moved. The state of Texas not only lost half of his certificates, but they also lost a Bible that his mother had given him, several other things that his mom had sent him, books. And they don't care. They just don't care. But that's not why we're on here today. We're on here to show you this is using your time wisely in prison. Check this out. Look at this. This is a 12 by 10 by 12 rug that these are on. Okay. And this is what he did while he was in segregation. These are his certificates. His reports, and so we just want to encourage those of you who do know John. He is in parole review right now. We didn't expect it this soon, but they're running parole a little earlier, and so we're going to get our letter in first thing Monday morning in hopes that it will get in the file and they will read it, and we are praying that they will have mercy on John King and he will be able to come back into society. He is a very strong man. He's an amazing man. And so, we've tried to get him Penpals, which he doesn't care about not having Penpals. And it just never worked out. And he always says it's because God's grooming me. He's not one that he's going to use somebody or try to get money from somebody. And he always says, I don't want somebody to write just thinking that we're going to be in a relationship or something. I want it to be somebody that God sends me. So anyhow, amazing man, amazing person, has really spent his time wisely in prison. So with that said, if you guys know John King, because some of you have written him, very dear friends of him over the last few years, it's parole review time. So get with me and let's get some letters in. It's not really necessarily like we need a lot of letters because you want more good information instead of a lot of information. But we want them to know that he does have support. He does have people who love him. If they'd let him out and let him move to West Virginia, we'd take him right now. But I don't think that's going to happen. We're going to have to fight that escape out of Hopkins County. Which, by the way, that DA, I don't even remember his name. I have it on my computer. He said that he's waiting until John gets out to pop him with that charge. And so I don't know how I worded it, but that's what he said in an email. So we have that in an email. We have the proof. So discrimination, police brutality, we will go forward with that as soon as God sees it fit to open the gates for John King. Y'all have a great day, and as always, peace out.